Good morning, my chickadees. It is Thursday, April 2nd, and there's promise of 58 degrees this afternoon. I'm ready. That's all I can say is I am ready. So yeah, I have a couple of things I'm gonna play with today. I have hour and a half long meeting. It's a presentation that I just need to listen in on. So I'm gonna pre-cut all of my layers, and I'm gonna bust out this Easy Frames from Doris. So these are the patterns, and what it does is wherever it's cut out, it suppresses the embossing folder that you use this tucked into. That way you have a flat space to stamp. So I'm going to play around with that, and although it was labeled, if you watched my AC Moore haul from last week, yeah, it was labeled at $12.99, it rang up $2.99, and then it was on sale for $1.99, so I would say that was a score because you can't even source the material if you wanted to cut your own. The only thing that I wish they included were the negatives, the cutouts, because then you could do the reverse. You could do multiple layers, but that's okay. This is more than what I needed. It has a nice combination of circles and ovals and rectangles and a square, so plethora of what I would be using it for. So I'm going to play around with that. And then I wanted to do a full review of each of these White Rain Boutique Collection paraben-free 4-ounce tubes that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and there are 5 in total that were available at Dollar Tree. And unfortunately, any research that I've tried for the White Rain Boutique Collection, the only thing that it comes back with is bars of soap. I believe there's 3 different scents of bars of soap. So there is shea butter lotion, which is I have used. There's also a heel and foot cream, which not only have I used, but I've also had Polly use as well. So I figure I would test drive each one of these for at least several days before making any kind of judgment call. There's also a gentle makeup remover, there's a facial scrub, and there's a shower gel. So each one of them have different scents. They're designed very nicely. I'm going to take a stab that these are samples. Well, not samples, but for $1, it's not like you're getting an enormous amount. However, you do get a chance to try out different ones to see if you like them. And it says made in the US, and it does have a website. However, and it does say product has not been tested on animals. There is no information about this particular item. So I'm going to keep doing some research to see if the 5 that are available at Dollar Tree are truly the only ones that are available, or if it's part of a bigger collection, if they come in different sizes in the 4 ounces. I kind of want to do my research before I do the review. And then I'll show each and every one kind of what they look like. Excuse me. I tried 2 of the products last night. The facial cleanser and makeup remover, which is 1 tube, and the scrub. And the scrub has a tiny little bit of abrasiveness, but just ever so slightly. Well, I'll show that. And I will do a separate review of those, but I first want to get all of my research done and try it for a little while. So I do like this. I'm not a fan of lotions that leave any kind of residue. This doesn't leave any residue on your skin or on your hands after you've been applying it, which is really nice. One of the reasons I don't use lotion is because I just don't like the way it leaves my skin feeling, and my hands, like the instant desire to go scrub my hands, it just seems to defeat the purpose. So yeah, so that's what I will do maybe later today if I get everything done. And then it's garbage only night, so I'm thinking maybe I might clean out the coop a little bit. It's supposed to be nice and sunny. Well, I don't know about sunny, but definitely warmer later on. So I'm still in my nightie, but yeah, well, nightgown and robe. So I think for breakfast I'm going to have some cereal and lots of fruit. More fruit than cereal. I kind of prefer it that way. And I have a couple different cereals that I could try. I have some Weight Watchers. I'm not a huge fan of diet food. Not that I dislike diet food per se, but anytime you start removing something, it ends up adding something else. Or you remove so much that it's devoid of flavor. And I am, I'm very fond of flavorful food. So I would rather eat fewer of something that's non-diet than more of something that's diet, if that makes any sense. So I have some strawberries and a banana that I think will be perfectly sweet today, because I like them riper than most people probably. And then maybe a little bit of a juice. So I'll check in with you guys throughout the day, and we'll see what kind of adventures we can get ourselves into. And I'll show you the samples from my playing around with this later on. I'm not entirely sure when this all started, but it seems like I've always preferred more fruit than cereal. There is actually cereal underneath all this fruit. Here, I'll show you. There it is. And I decided to go with the organic one, it's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but the organic version from Costco. My sister and I split a box last time we went together. So I have a banana and probably about 6 strawberries or so, and I'm going to enjoy that before it loses its crunch, because I don't like soggy cereal. So, yeah, yummy. Oh my gosh, it's like a race for me. Eat fast enough for the cereal not to get soggy, but slow enough so I don't choke. And I always have milk left over. It's so funny because Paulie is a complete opposite. He always adds extra milk, and I always have milk left over. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of milk. I think I might have mentioned it. I might have even tried to have cereal with orange juice when I was a child. Just not a big fan of milk. It's just not my thing. Anyway, so since it is a little bit of milk left, I do give it to Moses because he's standing right next to me, and I dropped the strawberry while I was eating. He kindly picked it up and devoured it for me. So the cleanup is easier. Oh, and while I was in the bath last night, Mushka came downstairs. She didn't bother to wake up Paulie because he was already asleep. She came downstairs, walked over to the downstairs bathroom door. I was in the bathtub and the door was closed, because otherwise I'll get visitors all the time. She apparently needed to go out. She didn't scratch at the door. She just pooped on the kitchen floor. So I got that present when I got out of the bath, which I was not too fond of. So I think I'm going to have to try feeding her much earlier in the night, because she went out before she went upstairs with Paulie. But that was like an hour and a half before. So yeah, no more late eating, no midnight snacks for Mushka, because, yeah, I don't need surprises like that. And I know she felt guilty because she came down later when I called her before I went up to bed. And she was all excited when she ran downstairs, and she looked at me and I said, "Were you naughty?" And she looked at me and did this crawl of shame over to the couch on the floor, and I'm like, "Do you have to go POTTY?" And I said it. I'm just spelling it now because there's a bunch of dogs around me. And she pricked up, her ears perked up, her tail went up, but she knew exactly that there was some naughtiness that she did. She knew she went indoors when she wasn't supposed to, but she couldn't help it. I mean, but the funny thing is, she doesn't wake up Paulie. She comes and finds me. And during the night, she does the same thing. She doesn't even bother with Paulie. She just goes to wake me up because he is out like a light. So, yeah, hopefully no more of that tonight. So I'm going to try and feed her around between 6 and 7 o'clock. So that way she goes out while everybody's up and about. So, yeah. Unpleasant surprises. Good thing I turned the light on before I walked into the kitchen, because that could have been really nasty. Echo has added Pandora. I'm so excited. So we can listen to all my playlists on Pandora on the Echo. And that's our song. I already made dinner, sorry. So I'll just show you what I made. Glazed carrots, and they're glazed in this Frank's Red Hot Asian Sweet Ginger sauce, which we love. Sorry, it's not available in smaller containers. It's from Restaurant Depot, so I have it in a big gallon and I pour off this like smaller portion to keep in the fridge. So that also has a splash of chicken broth in it, and then I made a couple of crispy pork chops and then a pan sauce, and the pan sauce is the pan drippings, some chicken broth, mustard, and creme fraiche with craisins. So a little sweet, a little sour, a little bitter, all combination. And a little side of cold sauerkraut salad, which is the sauerkraut that's in a package with liquid. That's usually in the like pickle area, the cold pickle area, not the shelf stable, but fresher, and it does have expiration dates on it. And I squeeze out all of the liquid, replace with a little bit of grapeseed oil and chopped scallion, so it's a nice crispy, it's not a brain fart. It's a nice crispy accompaniment to the pork chops. So I'm just gonna warm these up because I think Paulie's on his way home, and then I'll show you what it looks like all put together. These are really yummy. They're a little spicy and a little sweet. They're delicious. And there's dinner. Yum. Yes, I stacked the carrots. Shoot me. No, don't shoot me. You eat with your eyes first. If it's pretty, you're gonna be like, hey, let's dig in. Plus, it's delicious, so yeah, yummy. Pork chops with a mustard craisin sauce, cold sauerkraut salad, and ginger spicy glazed carrots. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget about that thumbs. And if you haven't already subscribed, what's stopping you? We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.